Very big welcome, our Flow engineers. Nice to have you back again on Fridays as we extend our journey into mastering the art of becoming a Flow engineer and mastering these AI agents. There is so much more to come. It's crazy with what the team are doing in the background. My name is Matt Kesby. I'm your host for today and your lead Flow engineer. I'll be working with you today on looking at the analysis of phone calls. It's a really interesting space, and we'll take a look at some of the data on why this is so important. Now, our team, I'm in Bali in Indonesia today, coming to you from the home studio, and our team in Cebu in the Philippines are working extremely hard. It's getting a lot bigger, the team, and what's coming out in September will blow your mind. So keep the learning going to get yourself prepared and keep building the confidence for what comes next. Now, what's coming next in a big way is something called intelligent process automation, where you're going to be able to look at all the processes in your business and start to link the different software systems that you use in very long, complex processes and use the AI agents to make intelligent steps and actions all along the way. So this will certainly be opening up the way that we actually run our organizations will change significantly into the future with intelligent process automation. So keep your eye out for that. We're currently setting it all up in our outsourcing business, Go Team, which is go.team is our URL, where we've got 144 different workflows that we use to run the business. So you can imagine there's a lot of workflows, a lot of actions that humans are doing, and that will now be further enhanced with AI and intelligent process automation. Let's get into today's session, which is, let me share a couple more things with you. Share this screen. And so we're going to have a look at this week, transcription and analysis, and in particular, reviewing things like sales and support calls. Now, each week as we come together, it's about looking at business from this aspect of marketing, sales, product service delivery, operations, IT, finance, HR, essentially those core pillars, and then working our way through all of these continuously. I like to think of this as a marathon, not a sprint. Although we might deploy our agents in a sprint-like fashion really fast, the reality is that we'll constantly be upgrading our processes in our organizations and continuously changing. As always, all of our playbacks are available on YouTube via our YouTube channel at AIPoweredPeople. Head on over there and make sure you subscribe, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, but really, most importantly, is turn the notification button on, because soon we'll be producing more videos per week than just the Flow Friday session, so you can advance your ideas further. And in the near future, we'll also be able to, some of the things that we build, you'll be able to absorb those into your accounts as well. Also, some may have been coming along to our AI Strategic Roadmap series that we've been running on Thursdays. That's now evolving into new digital transformation sessions, and it's really focused on a much deeper dive into becoming an AI and automation first company. So we'll go into, that won't be a workshop. It'll just be there to expand your minds on what's possible. And it will very much be revolving around IPA as well, the intelligent process automation. And so it'll be designed to give you some really big insights into what's possible. And with that, preparing you for the future, like building the business of the future, essentially, which is where we're able to leverage AI and automation at scale in our organizations. Now, that won't be on next week. We'll kick off from the 29th of August, the new series on digital transformation. I think you're going to love those ones because it is the future of how we will play this game of business, the great game of business. Now, getting set up for our sessions, the best way to do it is to have the two screens set up. That's the best way to go. So have me on one screen so you can watch what's going on. And then that might be a smaller screen. And if you've got a big monitor, it's really useful to then have Raya plus the worksheet for today being shared on that other screen. So I'll share my setup with you now. This is how I like to do it, and I recommend that you emulate the same approach. And I'll get the team to share the worksheet for today. In fact, thanks, Nice, if you can share the worksheet for everyone into the chat. That'd be super. So we're going to have, the way I like to set it up is Raya on the left and the worksheet on the right. And here's the document now. So the Google Docs document is there. So click on the link in the chat so you can access today's session. Analyzing inbound appointment setting call. Now, this could be used for analyzing appointment setting. It could be a sales call. It could be even the same concepts can apply. You might be running some training. I had one client the other day who's training their team members offshore, and they said to me, I really need to be able to give feedback to my lead trainer with their team members, but I just don't have enough time to join the actual training sessions or watch the call recordings. So I thought, how normal and natural is that we just simply are so time poor to actually spend that time with our teams. And so the opportunity then is to use things like the transcription analysis with an AI agent to be able to give the feedback for training. So, but let me check in with you on this one. Who here that has team members ever struggles to give the people the feedback that they need? If you find that that's normal for you, put a 1 in the chat. Who here struggles to give feedback to their team members? Yeah, it's kind of a pretty normal thing. It's like with all the best intentions, like today's the day that I'm going to give people the feedback they need, and then all of a sudden, the next urgent item comes in. Today's document is a Google Drive document. And so, it was shared, it looks like this one was built in as a Word doc, but it is a Google Drive doc. So you'll be able to absorb it into your own account as a Google doc. So we find this is a natural challenge for all of us. And when we look at things like coaching, if we look at McKinsey & Co.'s research on this one, this is actually for call centers, and the high performing call centers, they look at the split between coaching and the work that's doing. So the lowest at delivering results spend out of 40 hours, 5 hours on training, 25 hours doing review performance without the agent, 50 of admin work, and 20% of the time on the coaching. Whereas the best performers that are leading these locations are actually investing their time on 10 hours of training, 10 hours of performance review without the agent, 30%, sorry, I said hours, but percent of time on admin work, and 50% of time on the coaching. So the leader is spending 50% of their time coaching the team members through to success. And what we see here is the percentage of time spent coaching team members, the correlation to the results delivery, and sales conversion rates. So it makes a lot of sense for us to actually be coaching people. And even if we just looked at it logically, we would say, well, if people keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, then that's the definition of insanity. So how about we help people to actually continuously improve all the way through as they're working on their work. In this case here, we're doing an inbound appointment setting call. And because the risk is that call conversation, if it's not at a high quality, we could be losing a really valuable lead. And our cost per acquisition of customer acquisition costs, our CAC, continues to get larger because we're not investing the time in actually training the sales team. So today we have the breakthrough moment where we can use an AI agent to actually take a phone call and recording and actually run it through the analysis. We'll get just one single AI agent to do 2 things today. One will be to give the feedback on the call, and the other is to actually create role-playing examples of the areas where there can be an improvement. The benefit of that is that it now gives like a contextual example of how a person can improve in those situations, because the risk sometimes with the feedback is that we get the feedback, but then we don't really know what to do with it. And what we need to do is actually to practice that situation in a way that will have us feeling confident again. So we can achieve all of this with our beautiful little Raya AI agents, put it into a workflow, and then anytime we've got a call recording, we can master it. So let's jump into the build. Let's scroll down to part 1 to create the agents and navigate our way through to the agents area. Now, if you're looking at my screen, you'll see there's a new section here called automations. You won't have that yet, but you can see that coming to you most likely towards late September. That one should be ready. That's the new intelligent process automation part. Okay, from here, we're going to create the agent. So select Build New Agent. And the first step here is to enter the agent role name. So enter agent role area. So copy and paste the name of the agent. And when you see purple, that's our indicator of the text that we want to copy. So we'll copy inbound appointment setting coach, because this role is to be the coach. We'll select the enter agent role and paste it in here. And then select an icon for the avatar that we'll see. I'm going to type in the word phone and select a phone. But you can select any icon you like. And with that done, we'll then add a category. And I'm going to add the category of sales. Now, the category is there just to help us filter and find our agents as you keep building more and more agents. It won't impact the prompting. Now, when we look at the tips here, if you're still new to building out your AI agents, the big pro tip is it's important to start with a functional name. So rather than calling it Gary, the appointment setting coach, we call it just inbound appointment setting coach. If you want to give it a fun name, you can do it in this next section underneath. That won't impact the prompting. And with this, the reason why we have the functional name is that the AI will then generate our goal statement, backstory, and base instructions, which all AI agents must have to be able to execute effectively. And the prompting in our background is what helps to write all these, but it's always based on this functional name here. So we can scroll down our instructions here, and the instructions are giving the guidance on each of these steps. So we've now done the name and the icon for the avatar, added the category, and it's now time to generate that goal statement. So select generate. And then once that's generated, the next one is to select the backstory, generate button for the backstory. And you can have it read over that, how fast and effective that is. Okay. 8 years of dedicated experience. Hey, if you want to make it 10 years, you can. You can adjust that prompting to suit your needs. And then base instructions. We'll select generate for the base instructions. Now, as flow engineers, one of the primary underpinning skills ends up being prompt engineering. Of course, what's happening here is the AI is writing the prompts for you, and you can then go and further customize those as you see fit. If there's items that you want to add or delete, you can do that. And why would you add or delete? Well, it comes down to when, as a flow engineer, I put it to you that you're all scientists. You're running the scientific method, you've got a hypothesis, you run the experiment, and you get a result. If you're happy with the result, great, keep going. But as a scientist, we would know that your experiment doesn't always work every time. And so you need to go back and approach what your methodology is, what the approach is in the experiment. And so for us, that means reprompting. Or when we get into the flows, it might be adding a new agent in because we couldn't get the desired result out. So we can add a different agent as we go. Now, the next area to go to, and I'll keep our instructions flowing beside us. So you can see we've got a copy of an example of the goal statement and backstory in here. They're not in purple because you don't need to copy them in. But as we scroll down, we'll come down to the behavior. So when everyone's got their screens aligned like this, so you've got the behavior on the left and the instructions on the right at the same point, just pop a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure we're all together, or as many of us as possible. Fantastic. And if at any point in time someone needs a hand, please just reach out and we can either take you into a breakout room or I can help you as we go along as well. Okay, and for this one, now we can select the behavior. I think for this one will work really well as professional and influential. So we've got a coach who's there to inspire people to improve on what they're doing. So the tonality of the voice or the personality style that's coming out is going to be more engaging. Okay, and then let's scroll to the top of the screen and we'll select Create Agent. We'll keep that private for the moment, especially for the team members at Go Team. We're all in the same instance, so that way we create just the one agent. Okay, from here, we're going to scroll down our work instructions, our worksheet, and will take us to the next step, which is to create the flow. So from the top menu, where we see beside the agents, we see workflows. Select workflows. And then we'll select the Build New Workflow button. Select that one. And here we need to input the name and description. Both of those are available in the instructions. So we'll start with name, analysis of inbound appointment setting. Copy and paste that into the name section. And I hope you're all using your keyboard shortcuts, Control-C or Command-C if you're on a Mac for copy, and Control-V or Command-V for paste on the Mac. So let's add the description in. Command-V to paste that one in. As an inbound appointment setting coach, please provide a detailed analysis. And then we'll create the flow, and that will take us through to the workflow builder. And today we've got 2 blocks to put in for this particular workflow. And as we select this block, we'll then have the editor on the right appear. And we'll need to add in the title and then the description. So in block 1, the title is Analysis of Inbound Appointment Setting. Paste that in. And then in the description, please provide a detailed analysis. We go all the way down to all of that purple text there. Copy that and paste it in. Now, you'll notice when we paste it in that it doesn't take over the bullet points from the document. So let's just add these in with numbers. So please provide the detailed analysis of the call covering these key areas. 1, call opening. 2, active listening. 3, product knowledge. 4, examples. 5, call to action. 6, obtaining the appointment. 7, objection handling. And 8, closing. And then please provide details on what the team member did well and what they can do to improve. Now, why did we add the numbering in? Well, adding the numbering in is going to help the AI understand that there is an appointment. There is importance on each of these points. Richard said his took the numbers in, right? Are you on a Mac or a PC, Richard? Just out of curiosity. I'm on a Mac, so it'd be interesting to see if our PC users may have been able to bring that across. And are you in Chrome or a different browser? You're in Chrome. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Well, love learning new things. So if you're in a PC, that's easy. If you're in a Mac, you've got a little bit more work to do by the looks of it. Next, we'll select the agent and our new inbound appointment setting coach. So we'll assign the coach. We don't need any additional tools for this one. And then we'll add the next block. Block 2 for role play examples. So select role play examples, copy that one, and paste it into the title. Now you need to navigate back to where it says task. Paste in the title, role play examples. And then for the description, please create role play examples based on areas the team member needs to improve on. Now, notice this, that rather than just presenting general role play examples, this particular block, and the agent will refer to the previous work. So based on the analysis in the previous block, the agent will end up being able to add it. Yes, we will need an agent for block 2, which did we not put in the instructions? We didn't put in the instructions. Okay. So the agent will be the same inbound appointment setting coach. So we'll use our coach. Now, as a flow engineer, you might make a decision to build a separate agent, which is a role-playing script writing agent. But what I've found in this testing, that using the same agent gets a pretty good result. But if you had some more specific requirements around how your business works, or particular, you might have a sales training coach as an example. Does anyone here use or have used in the past a sales training coaching organization? I know the Grant Cardone has a fair bit of impact in Australia and USA as an example. You might find that if you've got a particular coach, or you might use like the spin sales method, or if you're in solution sales, you might use something like Franklin Covey's Helping Clients Succeed approach. There's a whole range of different sales methodologies. And so with those, they may have their subsets for appointment setting. And in doing so, you could take their methodology and actually put it into the agent's knowledge, put that into the knowledge base, or prompt it to be aligned to it. Okay, with this one done and our agent selected, we can now select publish, and we'll publish that one just privately, especially for those here at GoTeam. So we want and as flow engineers, always publish privately first, so that you can test it out. And then when you're happy with it, you can make it available to the organization. Okay, pop a 1 in the chat when you've selected that, when you've got to that stage. All right, you're all doing great. Some of you are finished before I even say start, I think, as you're getting quite experienced. Well done. And as always, if you're falling behind a bit, or if it's your first time, remember that we always have these videos available on YouTube, so you can go back and press play and pause it at a speed that suits you. And let's head on over now to the chat. Oh, pardon me, we should scroll through our instructions here. And part 3 is to run the workflow. So we've got a sales call for you today, inbound appointment setting call that you can download. So let's go now to that link and download the file so we can have it available. Download that file. And I'll just give it a play so you can hear it.
Thanks for calling GoTeam. It's Lily.
Just checking you can hear that. I don't know that I shared my audio. Everyone hear that? Yeah, got a head nodding.
How may I assist you today?
Oh, hi, Lily. I'm interested to learn about your products and services.
Hello. I'd be happy to help with that. At GoTeam, we specialize in building AI-powered offshore teams and facilitating digital transformation for businesses. This includes everything from setting up dedicated remote teams to implementing advanced digital strategies to streamline operations and enhance productivity. Is there a specific service you're interested in, or do you need assistance with a particular business challenge?
I've got a business challenge of needing to drive more leads at the moment.
That sounds like a challenge where our services could definitely help. We can assist in setting up an offshore team that specializes in marketing and lead generation, which could significantly boost your lead acquisition efforts. Would you like to explore setting up an appointment to discuss this further with one of our specialists?
Yeah, that sounds interesting. But first of all, tell me more about this digital transformation thing.
Absolutely. Digital transformation at GoTeam involves integrating digital technology into all areas of a business, fundamentally changing how you operate and deliver value to customers. It's not just about upgrading your IT system, it's a complete rethinking of business processes and strategies. This could mean automating routine tasks, using data analytics for better decision-making, or or adopting new technologies like AI to enhance customer interactions. For businesses looking to drive more leads, this might involve optimizing your digital marketing strategies or improving customer relationship management systems to better capture and convert leads. Would you like some detailed examples of how we've helped other companies in similar situations?
That'd be helpful.
Now, Lily's doing pretty well so far in this call. And one of the reasons Lily is doing so well is because Lily is an AI. So she's going to be quite good. But here's the interesting thing. Even the AI needs coaching, right? Because the AI is like a human, it's not perfect. And so you can review the AI calls with a coach, and then from that, get the insights on how you're going to further reprompt the AI. Just like if we were going to coach a human, we're essentially reprompting the human with new ideas and how to improve. So this is where kind of gets a little inception level, but you can build AI agents to then oversee or quality check the previous AI agent's work in order to continuously improve what's going on. So I find this very interesting, right? Where no matter what work we do, you can have another QA agent to then oversee that work afterwards. All right, we'll now upload this particular audio file. So select the file icon here and upload from this PC, and select the inbound appointment setting call and open it up and add it into, essentially what happens now is it's going into the memory for the agent. And by memory, it's really short-term memory in the chat here. It has been converted into a vector database, into vectors or an array of numbers, so that the machine can be more effective in working with it. Now, here's our prompt. As an inbound appointment setting coach, please provide detailed analysis. So I'll paste that into the chat. And from here, we're going to select a workflow today. This is the fast way to get through. So this icon here is the workflow icon. And as we've got, we've been building a few here. So what was the name of our workflow? I've been building and inbound. So I'm just going to put the word inbound in the search there. And there I find the analysis of inbound appointment setting. So if you can do the same there, type in inbound for the search and then select that workflow. So highlight it with a click and then click the select workflow button. And you'll see now that the workflow appears beside the file itself, indicating that it's been selected, and then send away. Let's send that off to Ray and to pick up the workflow and do the analysis. Now, a future state of this is where you might have your phone calling system connected to intelligent IPA, or Ezio's saying he can't send, as in he can't press the purple button. Can someone reach out to give him a hand, please? The future state using intelligent process automation could be where, with whatever your phone system is, if you're doing call recordings, is that you're getting those recordings saved in a particular folder, and that you're setting up some automation to actually go through and review all or some of those calls to be able to produce results like we're seeing today. Now, with our flow in progress, we can expand it out here to see the progress as we're going along. So it took 6 seconds there to do the inbound appointment setting coach analysis. And here's what we got. We've got, in relation to call opening, what went well. Representative greeted the caller warmly and introduced the company clearly. Quickly established the purpose of the call, ensuring the caller what to expect. Areas for improvement: integrate more open-ended questions at the beginning and gather deeper insights about the caller's needs. Oh, that's a great idea, isn't it? We could reprompt the AI agent or train the human to actually set a range of different open-ended questions to help gather more information. Active listening, what the agent did well. So clarifying questions to understand the caller's business challenges better, and pause appropriately to allow the caller to share more information. So it was done well there also. And then representative, sorry, it's here, I think. Is that here in the breakout room team and needs some screen sharing ability? I'll have to look at that one, into that one. Perhaps one of the team in Cebu in the studio can help with screen sharing ability for Ezio. In the breakout room, active listening, product knowledge, provided detailed information on digital transformation related to the caller's lead generation, gave some credible examples of past experience. It goes on to that in the audio file. I'm happy for you to listen to that one. Also, examples were given, calls to action was done well, and it goes through obtaining the appointment, sort of hit all these items. So really detailed. And I think if I was being the assessor, unless I had a checklist beside me, I would probably miss some of these elements because there's eight things that it's checked the call on. And then in addition to that, if I was the assessor, to be able to type up those notes and actually give that feedback, I know that in my own day, I just never get around to it. And so I think this is where, the power of utilizing AI in these examples to rapidly increase the quality of what a salesperson or appointment setter is going to do is remarkable at the end of the day. Now, here's the next piece. Because if we want the human to improve, we need to practice. There's no other way to do it for humans than deliberate practice. Otherwise, we can agree that we need to improve to our leader. And then as humans, what we do is just fall back to our habits, what they were, or our heuristics, our past experiences and so forth. So we need to do the deliberate practice. And so now there is the role-playing example. So there's a portion for call opening, a portion for active listening, a portion for product knowledge. And what's amazing is that it's referencing back to the feedback that was given earlier. So very advanced way to look at how to do an analysis here. What are your thoughts? Where else could we apply this concept apart from an inbound sales call? Now I'm going to ask you to put your critical thinking hats on. I gave a few examples earlier. Where else could we apply the same concept or principles of analysis and then and giving the feedback? Where else would this work in business, in organizations? Sales presentations, fantastic, then. Yeah, it's a really powerful area, right, to the sales presentations. Where else could this be useful? Discovery meetings, right. Now imagine your discovery meetings where you've got a set of open-ended questions and that where sometimes we struggle to get the salesperson to ask all the necessary questions and they want to run on to sell the product. Fantastic example, discovery meetings. Where else could we use the same principles of essentially what we're doing is observation, coaching, and then creating an activity to improve. So it's really, observation, coaching, and activity to improve. Can anyone think of other ones? One-to-ones, yeah, the one-on-ones that you have between team members. Any train the trainer scenario, another great example of it. In some cases, you might even have how does the receptionist greet people if you've got a receptionist is another good example. It might be even in a HR is another scenario where you've got a crucial conversation that needs to be had, or any time that we need to give constructive feedback to a team member on their process or some activity that they're doing, to actually be able to record that call. And you might have a feedback coach agent that you could create. And I know in our organization, we use leading at the speed of trust, or 13 behaviors of trust, as a communication framework in what we're doing. Nonviolent communication's another one, 7 habits of highly effective people. So we use all these frameworks to help us with our interpersonal skills. And it's amazing attending those trainings, but the challenge is applying it afterwards and, in real time, and then getting the feedback if we're we're applying our framework as well. So all of these are some examples where we can start to use the AI agents to really leverage up how rapidly a human can improve their performance, because we need the feedback to move forward. And it's often shared that team members, they're seeking constructive feedback. They want to improve, but often don't have the time with their leaders to do so. So imagine when you could have when it comes time to sit down, do a one-on-one or do some training with an individual, it's not a big heavy lift for yourself to do this. You can have everything set and ready to go, or put this in the hands of your leaders to then do this with their team members as well. Alrighty, a nice simple one for today. I know I've thrown a few bigger curly ones at people in the past, so a nice simple one for our Flow Friday today. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. While we're doing that, I'll give you a little tiny sneak peek into the new automations area that's coming soon for intelligent process automation. We'll be able to build out a whole range of detailed flows, automations, where you can actually build out the connections into areas like emails and FTP servers and XML and converters and files and filters, forms. HTTP will allow you to connect to any API. Language translation, store information, timers, dealing with different document types, and a whole host of applications that will continue to expand out, so you can connect your business processes through both automation and AI to deliver some incredible results. A couple of questions now. Fantastic. So from Richard, when opening a specific agent chat, all recent chats show on the left of the desktop. Is it possible so that only the chats with the agent shows? That's an interesting question. So for example, if I selected my one-on-one pre-meeting coach, we would then filter out all of these other chats to only show the chats aligned to that agent. That's a great idea. Can the product team take that one down? Still no Google Drive. Yeah, we're waiting on Google. We're just waiting on the activation from Google. So I think Genesis, if Jen, you're on the call, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The submission has gone through to Google. They then came back and said, please send a video of around your business and so forth. So we've submitted that. So now we wait. Is that right, Jen?
That's correct. We are finalizing that part, Matt.
Yeah. So we've now for everyone's benefit, we also build some a Chrome extension for one of our other products, and going through Google's initial approval phase is unfortunately drawn out. And then afterwards, once you've done that, anytime you do an update, it can sometimes take, especially the Chrome store, 2 or 3 days before updates actually get to live. So hang in there, Ryan. We are coming for you. We've got you. We just you need to get through the initial hurdle with Google. Richard, yes, 90-day bootcamp is still on the agenda. I've still got to finalize it as we juggle these other areas. So it will be in September. So we'll get an update for everyone on that one, because we know how important that is. It gets more exciting because of IPA. So we're going to end up doing the intelligent process automation in that bootcamp as well. It's going to be jam-packed. Ryan says, still unable to edit the embedded agent's appearance. When will this be fixed? Ooh, really good question. Jen, do you have any insights on that one? I didn't see it on this week's upcoming sprint. We've got some even bigger news coming. Our team are running a hackathon shortly to bring the AI agent chat, the one that you've embedded, plus live chat combined together. So, which is we'll be releasing something that will be very valuable for organizations, because in most cases, when you do a live chat, you're either not a customer yet, or you are a customer, or maybe you're a team member. And so essentially, depending on what role you play there, the type of information that gets released differs. Or maybe you need to talk to someone in the organization in a different department. And so the knowledge that needs to be accessed is different. So we've got an exciting release coming. It'll feel very soon as a result around that to be able to handle these advanced concepts. Can we get one of the team please give Ryan an update, grab Ryan's email address and make sure we get Ryan an update after the show today. Oh, and I think you're already getting a response. Okay. It'd be nice if we could give Ryan a bit of a estimated timeline. Now, team, when we have requests for features and changes, we'll do our best to deliver on those timelines. But if there's other sort of competing priorities, we need to juggle them around a little bit. Oh, cool. And we'll book a call with Ryan so that we can look at specifically what the needs are. Fantastic. A future session on how to set up the heads-up display. Maybe I will do a little bit on that now so that for those that are looking at it, because there's a little bit more to our heads-up display than, but there's more. Our heads-up display was originally built for us internally, and now it's becoming an external offering. I'm just going to switch my screens, and I'll show you a couple of things in the heads-up display so it makes more sense for all. And noting that I'm on a Mac. Okay, so here's our heads-up display on the left-hand side. Now, it might be slightly different if you're on a PC. Oh, is it going to do that for me? Hang on a sec. Let me bring my heads-up display. And because I'm on a different screen, my icon is hiding away from me. So we might have to send this as a tutorial on this screen where I need to have it. I can't get to my icon to edit it to show you. Your heads-up display, when we select it here, you'll need to log in, which I'll come back to that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll send through a video on this. What you see is a whole range of different items there that some of those you won't need. Soon we'll be releasing this so that you won't see the items that you don't need. We've got our reels, something that we do internally in our organization. It's an inspirational reel each day for our team members so that they can, kind of get off the phones and onto something inspirational and inspire for the start of the day. We have our task priorities, and this one here, our AI chatbot, is what we use internally as well as Raya. This one will soon be deprecated to move to just Raya alone. In fact, one of the cool features in this one, which you're about to see in Raya, is something called prompt templates. So with prompt templates, it presets up questions around a concept. Like if you're creating reels and short scripts, you could put in business name, the website, target audience, backstory, number of scripts you want written, script length, the call to action, and then we pre-build the prompt, and then you can just run it and it creates it. Now that concept's coming to Raya very soon. Very powerful one with prompt templates. I think you'll love that. It's going to enhance all the work that's done throughout. And the cool thing is it's a no-code prompt template builder coming. Another one you see in here is scoreboards. That's for our OKRX app, and that will be released probably Q4 to market for everyone to access. Does anyone here have a goal setting? What's your favorite goal setting framework? Does anyone set objectives and key results as an example? Anyone use OKRs in their organization? Or KPIs? SMART goals? Who has goals? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, yeah, I've got goals, but we don't always write them down as often as we think we should. Because that's probably our more common scenario. And so with that, we'll be able to make this a lot easier for everyone. So my background is 10 years working as the head of the strategy execution practice for Franklin Covey across Australia and New Zealand, amongst other things in my lifetime. And with that, we would go into organizations and help them in the teams to set goals that require a change in human behavior. So we've done some of this through the OKRX concept in the previous, if you've been on a previous session. And what this does is allow scoreboards to be easily accessible. Also, you'll see in here Power Hour, which is our new Power Hour game, which is coming very soon to go live. I'll let you all know about that and make sure you get some free access to it. It's where you can come together online for 50 minutes of deep work, and it's led by Power Hour champion. We've got a few rituals. But then here's Raya, of course, and our ability to put 2 agents in here. But yeah, we'll send out a video, one for PC and one for Mac, which will show you how to turn these items on and off as well. So it was a great question. Okay, let's see, a couple more questions. From YouTube, from the YouTube live stream, will Raya be able to integrate to SEO tools like Ubersuggest, SEMrush? This will be able to let Raya perform data-driven suggestions, specifically in keyword search volume, and create content. Yeah, when we release IPA, Intelligent Process Automation, that's a zone where Raya will be able to start to do these more complex tasks where we need to start looking at. If you think about like SEMrush, I'm not familiar with Ubersuggest, but you know, if SEMrush comes out with lots and lots of detailed suggestions, then there'll be certain steps that Raya would need to go and do some processing with the analysis of that data, maybe even store it, do another couple of steps of review and post feedback and so forth. So that will be a fun one to check out. I know that everywhere that we can start to look at, you know, automating more complex processes that we do as humans and have human in the loop steps to check and progress forward will become very powerful. All righty. Hey, great questions today and engagement. Thanks, everyone. Richard's using OKRs. Great. Are you using a system, Richard, for OKRs? A platform? Cool. Which one are you using? Please do share. Would love to learn to see what people are using. And then, oh, you're looking for one. Okay. Well, we could have a chat soon, brother. Our OKRX app does one thing different. We've got a additional metric called an X factor, which is a behavioral metric. But the big breakthrough, apart from the fact that that works so well to deliver results, the big breakthrough is we're currently working on the AI coach for the one-on-ones as well as the daily huddles for people. And with the one-on-ones, the new AI coach will coach the leader and the team members separately prior to the one-on-one. It'll then do analysis of the one-on-one and then post-produce what people need to, what they did well and what they can do to improve. So it will make this incredibly powerful for middle management to be able to lead their teams, or wherever you got the leader of the team that's driving the team, they're the most highly leveraged individual in an organization because they impact their team, but often will struggle because they don't have the leadership, training, skills, experience, and time. So this will absolutely fast track it. So tell you more about that soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoy your Friday and your weekend. So great to see you here. Ezio, your Flow Engineer shirt is being printed as we speak. I was just in the Philippines, but I returned back and they weren't finished in time. It'll be posted directly to you, and then we'll let everyone know if we'll start giving more of those away once we've got them printed. And if anyone would like to buy one, we'll figure out a way to make that possible too. So thanks, everybody. Looking forward to next week's session. Now, phone winners are not up yet, but I will release that next week for you for those that get into the beta of the phone session. In reality, I just had a really busy week, so please forgive me. My intention was to let you know by now. Keen to see those up and running for you, and some really great to see people applying for it too. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Continue on your flow engineering progression. Looking forward to seeing some great things that you're making soon too. Bye, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.